basement!
3097 seconds. Welcome back to the new. This is
The new?
the new.
Wasn't that one of those fucking Teletubbies?
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
New likes the Poe or whatever it was.
Oh my.
That was when that vacuum cleaner was
Why
doing...
do you know that?
It was when that vacuum cleaner was doing terrible things to...
What vacuum cleaner?
the vacuum cleaner on the Teletubbies.
On the show?
Yeah, it was doing inappropriate things to the Teletubbies.
What?
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
too much. This is we're going to just have another
97
Halloween
seconds.
episode.
Nah, well, I'm good. All right, you can do that, but I'm going to start off with something else.
Well, I don't care what you start out with, but we have a
Okay.
theme.
The theme.
Okay, fine. Here's the theme.
Spooky.
Spooky. Here's the thing. Here's one for you. Did you know, since I know you like this stuff, did you know
Ooh.
that they used to use spider webs as medical bandages?
What?
Swear to God.
What?
Yep.
The silk?
I guess so.
So there's a
And-
difference
and
between
now I was
silk
wondering-
and
Now
spider
I was
webs.
wondering about this, but that's how it was written, that it was spider webs. Was used, and this was in ancient Romans, ancient Greece, and whatever.
Where were they getting these spider webs from?
I don't know.
How do
But
you
they're
carry around?
saying-
How do you carry around a bag full of spider webs?
They're saying that they used it and it worked good as for clotting.
Oh,
And they say it's full of vitamin K. I
Oh.
don't know if that's supposed to help with clotting.
no, this is different than silk. Well, I guess spider web is silk.
I
Right.
don't know. But they were using it as like a bandage type material. You know how much fucking webbing you'd need? And I mean, how do you put it in there? You imagine you pack this wound and then like fucking 4 weeks later when you're still healing, 1,000 spiders crawl out of it.
Oh,
Like,
Jesus,
this is Halloween, right?
Here we go. Terrible. It sounds terrible.
Right. And I was like, okay, maybe some pilgrims tried this stupid fucking trick, and the where I read said no, it was like ancient Rome, and
Greece.
I thought they were supposed to be kind of the pinnacle of medical at one point.
They were. So maybe it works well.
So
Maybe it works well. I know that they're
not
trying
sure
to
if I'm going to try
they're
that.
trying to
but
develop new body armors using spider web.
They've
spider
been
silk.
trying that for a long time, haven't they?
Yeah.
Like they're still working on that,
Yeah.
right?
Because the
think-
tensile, apparently the tensile strength of a
Right.
strand of
Everybody-
spider
yeah.
silk is like
Everybody's seen fucking Spider-Man. Yeah.
incredible.
It's the same difference. If you could produce that type of thing, in ratio, it's like the ant, right? If the ant was our size, it'd be like the fucking strength of the gorilla, though.
Or it'd be
because-
more than that. I mean,
Right, because it carries like 100 times its body weight or some stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense. But again, where are you getting all of this webbing from? Because that's what my question was, and
What, did they just keep a shit ton of spiders in a place and would go in there and just steal their webs?
that's what I was thinking. But again, how do you make sure it's clean?
It's probably clean.
I'm saying from the spiders. Like, there's no spiders here. We didn't accidentally let them out on you, and
No, because spider webs. Listen, the spiders put their eggs in one part, and then when the babies hatch, they all climb on the mom, and mom carries them around.
oh, okay. That's not. It's just a Halloween fact, man. I don't know.
Right,
I don't know.
Wait, give me
I don't
another
know.
Halloween fact. You got another one?
I don't think I do. Oh, okay. Here's one that's kind of weird. Not exactly Halloween, but you know that blood donors in Sweden get text messages when their blood gets used?
What?
Yeah. So if you donate blood, they will send you a text message when your blood gets used down the line.
I don't care.
Right. You don't care, but the new generation, I'm doing the air quotes thing because I don't.
Wants
know.
to know how
Right.
that they've made an impact.
You're not even using my blood for anything but blade parties, so I'm not giving you any. Yeah, to
so it
get
makes you feel
people-
more socially
I guess.
responsible.
It makes you feel. Maybe it makes you feel.
Like I did my part.
Right.
Yeah, you know where else they were saying I did
He's
my
a
part?
Marine.
Oh, don't even go there.
That's the same song that I'm hearing. I need a text message for when you used my donated blood on somebody. What the fuck, bro?
Dude.
Imagine going to the Salvation Army and being like, listen, here's some old fucking socks. Send me a text when somebody buys it.
Dude, how about
What the
how about
fuck?
if you're a sperm donor?
Oh, dude.
Send me a text
Shoot me a
message.
text. I want to know where the baby ends up. Oh, bro.
Fuck that.
And you just show up like on the birthday of the kid. You show up wearing
Right.
some fucking plaid suit with a fucking handful of balloons and like a book under your arm. I'm here for the birthday.
Oh God, no.
This has gone sideways
This
again.
has gone totally fucking
This
sideways.
has gone sideways.
Like, speaking of the donor thing, like, do you think they're selective? Do you think people walk in because you
Oh,
get
yeah.
paid and they're like, no,
I think it's per money.
no.
I think it's per money. And I have this weird idea in my head where the more rich you are, the more you can walk in and it's like a video game. You're just like, no, skin's too dark. No, skin's too light. No, I want more muscles. And then they've got like naked pictures of the dudes standing there too. Fucking
Of
of the
who they
donor.
pick.
Right.
Oh, they get a whole bio.
Right.
But I'm
and
saying
it's in like a catalog
right,
for the
if
rich
you-
people.
Right. If you walked in,
They're just like
And we're
Tindering
like-
it. No.
if you
yes,
walked
no.
in and were like, I want to be a donor.
Right.
Can you people at the desk be like,
no.
get the fuck
No.
out of here?
You got to get out of here, prison tattoos.
Yeah.
Go away.
Right.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Like,
Right.
unless you look like a movie star, they probably don't want your sample, right?
I'm MGK's imitation brother.
They're like, get out of
We
here.
should send imitation MGK in.
Right. They're gonna be like, no,
Can you go see if they'll let you donate blood, bro?
not blood. I'm talking about the other.
Right,
the other
right,
sample.
yeah, right. The
That's
other
what I
one,
say.
yeah.
Blood, they don't give a fuck.
That too. Well, I can't. We can't because
Right,
we keep
right.
getting tattooed every fucking year.
Right.
I haven't been able to give blood in 15
I think
years.
they've even changed that too.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
They might have reduced
Like
it to
6 months?
6 months now.
If you haven't got the hep from it in 6 months, you're probably not going to get it. You can give us some blood.
Right.
Blood.
Blood.
No, I'm good.
I'm talking about like you want to donate babies. Like you walk in
Right.
and they look at you, they're like, get the fuck out. How much you
Wait,
guys paying? No,
wait,
get the fuck out.
wait. You have to go in and be like, oh. Wait, you have to go in and be like, I want to donate some of my spunk, but I only want certain bitches to get it, so I'm gonna need a catalog of all the bitches
No,
it
it
can go
don't even
to,
work like that.
and then you pick out.
That it don't even
Right,
work like that. It
but
don't even work
imagine
like
what
that.
they would fucking say. Imagine the counter girl's face. That look right there. She's just
Right.
like, what?
No,
What
no,
you
no,
just
no.
said?
No, I'm
The
just
fuck
telling you.
out of my
They're
business.
super selective about who they're going to take
Right.
donors from. I
Right.
guarantee that. I guarantee
They
it.
want some dude with no cavities,
Look,
no
yeah,
tattoos,
Right. They,
no
they don't want some guy walking in from the bus
8%
station.
body fat. Right.
It was like,
right.
you know,
In the movies, they always make it seem like, right? Because they've like the loser friend who's like, I gotta go donate blood and semen to get to the trip in Hawaii for our friend's wedding.
right.
And he's like, I donated 10 pints this week,
right,
you know,
right,
plus
right.
jerked off in a cup. Like, and then every
They just
time I
don't take anybody
right.
for that.
And
I'm
every time
telling
I
you.
see it, I'm like, I don't know, bro.
Listen,
I don't know.
I promise you, they just don't take anybody. I'm sure they're very selective about who they want
Have
to
you been?
donate.
You haven't been donating all over to these facilities, have you, Joe?
No,
Scully?
sir. I'm just
You
telling
sure?
you, like
You know what I
plasma.
mean?
I
You
know
know what I
people who have
mean?
donated. You know what? I used to know a guy that used to sell his body to science for medical
Oh, my.
experiments.
Did he
For-
make good money though?
I don't, probably not, but he did
If
it.
it
He
balls
did it
out
for
to-
beer money.
Yeah. No. That's one of those things where it has to change your life for it to be worth it,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Like we've discussed many scenarios,
Yeah.
and it's just one. Like, dude, if you want to chop some of my shit off or take some of my whatever, anything, it better
Your
be
essence.
worth the fucking money.
Your essence,
Right. And I'm not saying I got some
Listen,
great essence. I'm just saying,
I'm
I'm
thinking
just
they
saying
would
I'm not
shoot you.
going through it.
I think they would shoot you down vacation.
bro, at this point with the job stoppers I'm running, I'm getting shot down for a lot more than just giving blood. Just so we're very clear about this. I still go into restaurants and grown ass men stare at me like they want to date me. It's fucking creepy.
You get shot down, homie.
Yeah.
You're not giving
No.
your essence to nobody.
No. I've got more of a chance of trying to naturally
Oh,
inseminate
yes.
the broad than I do going through a facility.
Yeah.
Hey,
Without question.
hey man, you looking for a baby daddy? I'd like to apply. I got this ad off Craigslist.
Listen.
Well,
This is so far.
How
from
is
the
this Halloween? Right.
This is not Halloween.
Let's go
but-
back.
No, here's another topic that's not Halloween, but it's a good one.
All right.
This was listener submitted.
Uh-oh.
Listener submitted to me,
Okay.
and this listener told me.
Go ahead and give them your cell phone number so the rest of the listeners can give you some shit.
No,
Go ahead, spit it out there.
Nah, not doing that. They said, I heard the funniest thing on the radio. I was listening to the show, and they were doing what they called radio confessions.
Uh-oh.
People called in and made confessions, right? Dude goes to an engagement party
Uh-oh.
with his soon-to-be wife,
Uh-oh.
right? Finds out that his soon-to-be sister-in-law
Okay.
has an account that he follows on OnlyFans.
Fuck.
On OnlyFans.
That's thin. That's thin, but it's there.
I mean, it's thin.
Are we going to discuss this?
Yeah,
It's
yes.
thin. It's thin because the odds of you already being like premeditated, like, hey, I've had a subscription to your sister for 6 months, but here I am. I'm going to we're ready.
Didn't know.
Oh, man, that's super fucking thin.
Didn't
That's
know.
super thin. The chances of that are so slim.
Let's run with it.
Okay.
Let's say it's true.
We've definitely discussed some of the dynamics of OnlyFans in the past, but let's do this one because it's
All right.
funny.
So you're getting married. There's a huge engagement party. The
Right.
sister you've never met in person flies in from out of state.
And you're shaking her hands and realizing you've been swiping your credit card to see her hoo-ha.
Yes. Right. Now you know.
Okay. I
You
know,
know.
but nobody else does yet.
Nobody else does.
All right, what do you do?
Oh, here's the question. After meeting you,
Okay.
does the sister-in-law go back through her account memberships to see?
No.
Do you
If
say
it's
something
not
about
mentioned, no.
Do you say something about it?
No, I'd steal her shit.
Does it? I mean, it just makes it think. How awkward would that be at family
Right.
get-togethers, right?
No, I'd steal her shit.
Like-
Here's what you do.
No, you can't be saying that.
I'm dead serious.
You can't
I'm
say that.
fucking schnarious right now. 1000% schnarious. What you do is you're there for the weekend, you're whatever, the fuck ever, you're getting married. It doesn't matter what this trip is. It could be a family vacation, whatever. Through the vacation, you steal her shit. Okay? You're just grabbing random items that are hers. Like you could grab one of her pumps, you could grab
Oh, this is
maybe
getting
her
weird.
fucking hoodie.
This
No,
is
listen,
getting weird.
it's going to get weirder. It's going to get weirder. So you're grabbing it, right? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Then one night, when you're slipping her the credit card so she gets the one-on-one video with you, you pop that fucking video on and you're like, look, baby, I got your shoe.
Oh, my
Yes.
God. Oh,
And
no.
you blow her up just
No,
like that
No. Why would you do that?
to make it so fucking awkward.
So you would purposely want your future sister-in-law to be
Bro, listen,
not
bro,
cool with you being around.
you've been jerking off to her fucking shit already. The whole family's going to know this. There's no fucking going back.
What if,
This
what
is
if
like-
nobody knows?
No, it's not going to happen. You're fucking so your thought is
Do you tell your soon-to-be wife?
fuck yes.
You tell your soon-to-be wife, hey,
Fuck yes.
your
Yes.
sister has an OnlyFans account.
You don't tell her. You wait and you blow her up. That's why. So listen. This is chess. This is fucking three-dimensional chess.
No, but the question is, why would you blow that up?
Because you
Why
don't
not?
want to sit on that fucking secret and have somebody else find out later.
So why don't you just cut it off? Why don't you just stop subscribing?
Bro,
That would be
listen,
the easier thing.
Listen.
Instead of being creep show.
Listen. Why do we do anything we do as humans? You really think dude's going to stop? Dude's fucking balls deep in his fucking girl's sister on the fucking internet. You think he's just going to wake up and stop? That's what you think.
You would think the moral person would be like, oh, I can't do this. This is my wife's
The
sister.
moral person, when I meet the moral person, I will. Here's the thing. If then your argument, if you put the whole story aside and you want to go with the moral person, why was the moral person even on there to begin with?
Well, let's
That's
be
all
on
I'm saying.
I mean,
These are
I'm just
layers.
saying,
This is Shrek layers.
I'm just saying, besides blowing it up, it's awkward. Do you
It's
say
super
something? Do you
awkward.
say something to her, the sister-in-law?
Yes. While
Like-
we're on personal cam, hey, guess what? I had a
No,
family at the party
I'm
the
not
other
even
night.
talking at that. At that point.
I would want to make it more awkward.
I'm saying
And then at that
in person, you're in an event.
and
Do you
and-
say,
fuck yes.
"Are you so and so?"
Oh yes. I'm a huge fucking fan. Shake my hand. Huge fucking fan, mate.
Then what happens? Then
And
what
I would
happens?
make sure to get a bunch of pictures first before, because if she gets real fucking mad, you're not gonna want to deal with that. How's she gonna get mad? I'd be like, I'm a huge fan. I bought you those shoes. Hey, what's up,
Oh God,
dude? I'm telling you.
So and
Yo,
at what point in time do you tell your future wife?
Oh, the minute you find out. Oh, I'd be like, yo, I think I jerked off to your sister. What's up? In a heartbeat. In a
Jesus.
heartbeat.
Because
Bro.
you don't want to get busted on that.
Listen.
That's what you're saying. You
Right,
don't want to get
right.
busted on that.
How many different horrible scenarios in any world, not just this one, have fucking erupted because people were like, I'm just going to sit on this and wait to see what happens. My guy, you're sitting on an atom bomb. It's got a fucking timer.
You just might
Get
as well.
fucked.
You just might as well.
Bro, do you know what's going to happen when that chick is like, you knew the whole fucking time, you fucking piece of shit? And then you're going to have to deal with this. This explains why you were hanging on my sister at the wedding the whole fucking time. You really want to deal with that?
Nope.
This explains why you're next to her in every picture at the fucking wedding. Dude, this is what I'm saying.
This just got worse.
This is unavoidable. This is like, I hate to use this as an example because that's not real life, but this is a Billy Madison peed your pants fucking scenario. You fucked up. You didn't even fuck up. It just happened. You get it out there fast. Before anybody can you got to get ahead of it.
Got to get ahead of it. Okay.
Now, if you really wanted to, again, if you wanted to go the other way.
Well, you have already explained the other way. I'm just saying.
Right.
Let's take that out of the equation.
Yeah.
Let's say, oh shit, you figured this out. Here's your beautiful bride-to-be, and the girl you've been handling your own business to for the fantasy factor.
Right. Is her sister.
And now she's standing right in front of you.
Yep. Yeah,
Oh.
you got to demolish this.
Here's the question. Does the sister know? Does the sister know her sister's doing this? You think? Or do you think that's this thing that her sister's, the one girl's keeping to herself?
This is my opinion. But this is one of those life things where it's 50-50. You got a 50% chance of landing somebody who's intelligent and smart enough and has the willpower to keep this a secret long enough. Either everybody knows or nobody knows. There's no in between. You know, there's no like, oh yeah, you hung out with Jamie the other day? Yeah, bro, she's definitely got an OnlyFans. Here, check it out. That's not really happening. You know, either all your friends know and they just make jokes about it, or nobody knows, right?
What if your bride-to-be didn't know and you just outed her?
Again, I would rather put the smell in the fucking front of the whole family and deal with it than wait on it.
Because that's just going to turn out bad.
That is a time bomb. Dude, imagine your girl comes home and hits your history. I don't know how. It's 2022. People get on the level. But imagine she comes home, hits your history, and there's her sister. Like,
oh,
would you want to deal with that?
That is a atom bomb. That is an atom bomb.
You're waiting. Look, you can't have a strong marriage without honesty.
I agree 100%.
I don't know a lot, but I know a little bit about that. You're not winning.
Right. You're not.
You're not.
You better come.
Transparency is the key to everything. You know, I hate seeing those fucking movies where they joke. Oh, speaking of movies, I don't want to get too far off on a different tangent. I made the entire family watch Face Off the other day, just so you know.
Nice.
Right.
Nice.
That was that picture that I posted when he was sitting there with a rifle. Anyways, but he said it in the fucking thing. He goes, remember when he's leaving the hospital and he's like, uncertainty, discomfort, something. What does he say? He's like deception, lies, and something else. He goes, this is turning into a real marriage. Like, bro, you can't have all those things in a fucking quote unquote real marriage and expect it to work.
It's not going to happen.
No.
It's not going to happen.
If you're OnlyFans, here's the other thing too, and this is the reason why I believe in what I'm talking about. In speaking to some of these girls that do OnlyFans, like personally, they've either been very open about it, where like the dude at work beats off to them and subscribes to them and all this shit, or the girls are very like, yeah, no, my family doesn't know about this, and I'm gonna do it, but I don't mix my personal life with my online life. And they're like, I don't do this. And then what happens is they get fucking doxxed and they disappear. That happens all the time. Girls will be in full swing and then they just disappear all of a sudden. Why do you think that's happening? It's because somebody's finding out in their real life they didn't
outed them to everybody.
Right. And so they don't want to deal with that anymore. And it's totally understandable. You know,
once it's on the net, it's there forever.
Oh, dude, as we discussed earlier, there's pictures on the internet that you and I have seen together that have been on there for 25 fucking years that are still sitting there. They're original. I see memes all the time that literally came from probably the first meme that dropped on the internet that we forgot about, that was there in 1999, and it's still there. Yeah, you're not getting rid of that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you know what? The cash might seem gorgeous, and it comes in fast and heavy, and I'm sure, but that absolutely limits your future.
Here's the tip from two guys that have no fucking clue about OnlyFans and don't do any of this shit.
I thought it was called Fans Only for the longest time.
But you better be saving your fucking money.
Oh yeah,
because that cooter train is gonna run out eventually.
That well's gonna dry up.
Right.
Yeah.
I like, you know, this is going to sound weird.
You're never going to run for political office.
No. I like the girls. This is so funny. I like the girls who are on there who only get in their bikinis and they don't show anything, but they're trying to show something, but they're not. And they're like, this is PG because I have a spaghetti noodle in my crotch. You can't see it. And you're just like, what? Like, but that's their whole mindset is they're like, look, I'm not doing these X-rated pictures. I'm never going to do them. Never, ever, ever. And it's like, broad, you're in a full lingerie set. Like, I get it that you're trying to be private.
And it's artsy.
But you're not going out in the grocery store like this, which means you've now let the public into your private domicile, like your life, right? You know what those girls are doing, right? They're waiting for the confidence to take their shirt off.
Oh, God. All right. This has gone off the rails.
We could just go on forever about this.
This has just gone off the rails.
Yeah. Stop all you fans who keep sending me girls from OnlyFans on Instagram. Stop doing that. It's distracting. My entire feed is just full of chicks. All 9 of you motherfuckers know who I'm talking to.
Right.
Every day I get in the DM and there's a new chick and I'm just like, son of a bitch.
Stop.
We can't handle this.
Just stop doing that.
Y'all are crazy.
Stop doing that.
Y'all are crazy.
It's
not Joe Skelly most of the time.
What I'm saying is this. I think if that's what you want to do, right? And if it's your body, do whatever you want. Do whatever you want with your body.
Right.
I was just talking about this certain scenario, this very certain scenario. Like, what do you do?
Come on, man.
How do you handle it?
You don't sit on that stuff.
Get out from underneath it immediately. Immediately.
Fucking immediately.
Oh, all right.
And then pray that the wife doesn't ask you for a credit card bill.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You spent $300 on my sister last month and didn't fucking take me to dinner?
Oh,
Could you imagine?
Oh.
The Mega Beast will lose her mind.
Oh, yeah, that wouldn't go well.
No.
That would not go well.
I would not want to deal with that.
All right, so back to the Halloween subject.
Sure. Where were we on that? Oh, before we get off the porn subject, though. Since we were already on there, did you know that religious sites are more likely to give you malware and viruses than porn sites?
What?
Yep.
I did not know that.
Religious sites have something like 120 more pieces of malware than the average of porn sites at like 25.
Yeah, because there are people with axes that grind.
So actually, it's because those sites, the porn site wants repeat business. So they want to keep it clean. Whereas like a church website is just up to sit there. So they don't fucking care about their security as much.
Yeah. And I'm also going to go with the fact that there are people who have axes to grind. And so they're maliciously going after those.
Oh, you mean against the religious sites. Right.
Yeah.
You think it'd be the other way around. That the OnlyFans girls would be getting chirped on.
Yeah.
But no.
Well, you might. Well, who knows?
Go on a porn site. Stay safe. Keep your computer safe. You want to
much safer than going to a religious website.
Right.
That's insane.
Right. If you're in the Aleister Crowley religious site too, you probably are in the wrong spot anyways.
Right.
Make your way over to the OnlyFans. It's a little bit better.
It's a
little bit cleaner.
A little cleaner, safer for your computer.
Little bit better.
So weird stuff. All right. You know about the catacombs in Paris?
Yeah.
What do you know about?
Dead people underground. Used to keep their dead people there. That's all I know.
Right. So
the Vatican's supposed to have a bunch of dead people under it.
Well, I'm sure. I mean, long story short, what happened is they ran out of room in their cemeteries.
Okay.
And they had to come up with a new storage plan for all the bodies.
And that was just put them in the bottom.
So what they were doing, we exhumed all the cemeteries.
What?
Yeah.
So what, like take all the bodies out?
Take all the bodies out of the cemeteries.
Why?
They cleaned the bones. Or got them to the bones, right?
Okay.
Because it's easier to stack bones
Wouldn't
than
want
it is
that
to
job.
stack bodies.
Sure.
And there's miles and miles of catacombs and multiple layers. And technically they're off limits, but there are these weird groups of people that go into them and throw parties and shit.
In the catacombs?
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh, yeah. And then there's supposed to be groups of people that might be dwelling down there, and people disappear.
I believe it.
People disappear down there all the time. Well, that's why the cops don't want you down there.
You're pretty much going to be able to have a place to stash a body when there's already bodies everywhere.
Oh, right.
Especially if you're just skinning the bone.
Right. There's all kinds of crazy shit that goes on in those catacombs.
Bitch, I was going to ask you a question about. Oh, okay, I got my question.
What's the question?
Well, I was waiting till you were done with the.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But like, you can find videos of people going down there to explore. And
so, is that stuff just open to the public?
No, it's blockaded. You got to find entrances because they've essentially gone around and they've welded bars over all the entrances that they're aware of.
That's fucking even creepier,
right? And then people will break in and find ways and access them and. Yeah, they got a police response unit that's only job is to go down to catacombs to find people.
You ever been in there?
No, nope.
Is that one of Joe Skelly's off-limit places?
Yeah, I mean, I might go, but it's just there's so many miles of it that
you get lost and die in there.
Yes, you can get lost and die in there. You don't have enough batteries. You don't have enough light sources. You don't have enough water. You don't have enough. Like, it's that crazy.
Oh. I'm good on that.
Yeah, and like I said, people go down there and what was the one story I read? Like the police were down there. I forget when this was, and they found like a
bedroom.
No, like a movie theater setup.
Holy shit!
Right? They weren't explicit as like, but they had a screen and they had chairs and shit.
Jesus!
And then they went back the next day and everything was gone, and there was a note that said, "Don't look for us."
Huh?
Yeah,
that's creepy.
Right. Because if there are people living in the dark down there, or, weird
people under the stairs,
baby.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, like, that's some shit you don't want to fuck with. Like, there are a lot of people who've disappeared down there. There's a famous video of a guy who was exploring down there, and he got spooked by something, and he took off running. And the video footage you see of him running, and they drops his camera, and then he runs off.
And the dude never was found again, was
never found again, and they found his camera like 3 years later.
Oh, fucking creepy.
Yeah.
So this was going to be my weird question. Do you think that there's, I don't know how to say it. You know how there's traditions born. Obviously, you're from a field of that. Traditions, legends, and then, I would say like not pop culture events, but culture tie-ins, traditions, even for young people, right? So let's say you live in this place in North Dakota, and no, that's not a good example. I'm not a good exemplar here. Okay, let's say you live in Florida, and you guys, everyone in your local area that's a kid knows about this secret little beach area, and only kids from this age to this age go there, and it's just a local spot. Okay, right? So that kind of thing exists. Do you think there's groups of kids that exist that are certain ones where they make it a habit to go down there and get a souvenir and bring it back up? So you think there could be random kids living in these cities where they're just like, oh, I've got a human skull right here from the catacombs that I brought up back for myself.
Oh, there might be.
So they're just collecting. Dude,
there might
think about it.
There might be.
I mean, come on. We remember being that hooligan kid.
Right, but you want some bad juju? That's how you get bad juju.
Dude, no doubt about it. But if you and I grew up next to that, you didn't think about that, and you didn't have that kind of mentality, but you grew up there the whole time. You've been running through there since you were a kid.
Right. Long story short, the catacombs were mines that were below the city from like the Roman times.
Huh.
Right?
Yeah.
And then they just filled those mines up, and then they extended them.
Could you imagine? You're like, hey, we ran out of space for bodies. That's what we're talking about here. I mean, they're not getting rid of them. So they overfilled. They're not overfilled. They are overfilled. What's happening here?
What, the cemeteries?
Yeah, it's just a weird thing. I'm saying in general.
Well, you got to remember, like when the Black Plague went through Europe,
right?
And like one out of every 3 persons died.
But I'm saying what
do you do with all those bodies?
It's a landfill. Like it's a landfill scenario. Yeah. You've created landfill. It's filling up. Now it's filled. What do you do now?
Got to find another place.
Right. So they're not putting new bodies down there.
No, not now.
Right. So where are they putting the new bodies? Back into the graveyards again?
Yes, back into the graveyards.
Come on.
Yeah.
What was that weird statistic we were talking about? I think it was you, me, and the Mega Beast one time about something about graveyards make up for so much land in the fucking U.S. Or do you remember? You remember what we were saying?
Oh wait, we were talking about the greatest waste of natural resources.
Maybe that was
garbage. My number one was garbage dumps. Right. Like if you could, garbage dumps in graveyards. Right. What we talked about. What's the purpose of a graveyard?
For the living.
It's for the living. It has nothing to do with the dead.
Right. It's for grieving.
It's for
because if it had to do with the dead, we'd bury them all in the yard and sit with them whenever we wanted to. Right. Like they used to in the old days.
Right. Well, you know why houses used to have dirt when old. So houses, all houses had dirt floors in the basement at one point in time, right?
To bury your dead?
Well, in the wintertime, when the ground was frozen and somebody died, you didn't bury them outside. What you did is you buried them in your basement.
Until later?
Until the spring.
What the fuck,
Until the fall, and then you would dig them up, take them outside, and bury them.
Imagine how many generations have had to have passed for us to get rid of the idea that we have to deal with our own dead. Because you don't hear that now. You know, in our
that's why we have funeral homes.
Modern civilization, I'm using the air quotes.
Yeah, when did the modern? Funeral homes have been around for a long time, but
the ambulance has not. The hearse has, but again, you know, in that time period of, hey, you know, old John kicked the bucket. Can you come get him? Yeah, I'll be there Tuesday at fucking 5. Can you hold on to him until then? Oh, okay. It's like,
do you know what the parlor in a home was for? You ever heard of a room they called the parlor room?
Yeah.
That was for when somebody in your family died, you would lay them out in the parlor like a viewing.
Right.
And people would come pay their respects in your home for like 3-4 days.
I'm good.
While you let people view the body in your parlor.
I'm good.
That's what that room was for.
People get I think about that all the time. People get so weirded out by the dead body thing, and I'm okay with dead bodies and stuff. Like, I've been around them, that's fine. But I'm not trying to fucking chill with them. If you need me to go pick them up, that's, you know, I've done a ride along with the coroner type deal.
Right.
That's one thing. That's a job. You know, hey, I'm here. I pick it up. I take it back. I go home. But if you want to just fucking chill, I'm good.
What about this?
Like the people that live in there.
Dias de Muerto. Once a year, they go out to the graveyards and visit their relatives, right? Or in Asian cultures, where on that person's birthday, they'll eat lunch and they'll drink.
I get it. But again, I'm not trying to chill with the body in the next room, like for days, you know, or be one of those people that, like those fucking families that live in the fucking funeral home. Oh, I live above the funeral home. I'm like, oh, my guy.
Yeah, that's
too much.
First of all, funeral home people, that's a special breed. If you get into funeral
I'm not
services,
I'm not gonna make no comments about that, but yeah,
that's a special breed of person.
They're weird.
No, it takes a special person to deal and care for the dead, right?
It does.
My whole thing was like, look, there's certain religions, 24 to 48 hours they got to be in the ground, right?
Right.
No embalming, none of that shit.
Right.
Wrap them up in a sheet, put them in a box, get them in the ground.
It's understandable,
right?
Right.
Why do we even embalm?
What's the reason now? I don't know.
Right?
What is the reason now?
So that they look
probably
good
some FDA, USDA.
Dude, they gotta you gotta be in. So now, dude, it's so crazy now. You know why funerals are super expensive? Because they just don't dig a hole and put your casket in the ground. The casket goes into a cement coffin in the ground. And I think that what that's for, honestly, I think that what that's for is to prevent leakage
from the embalming
into the soil.
Which, if they didn't do the embalming, it would hypothetically be fine.
Yeah.
Circle of life type shit.
Right.
We all saw Lion King.
Yep.
We know what happens.
Yes. Oh my God. Now, and that's what it's come. I mean, I don't know. Like,
it is. It's a weird thing.
Yeah, we were talking about dirt floors and basements were for burying the dead. So it's like, you ever been in a house, look at a house, like you're going to go buy a house, whatever, and they got a dirt floor in the basement? No. Yeah, man.
That's old school.
Yeah, I've seen that a couple of times, and that's creeped me the fuck out because I know that's what it was used for. Or, that's before they poured concrete slabs and all that.
Right.
Or maybe the person in the 50s put somebody in the basement floor,
right,
and nobody knows about it.
For the hell of it.
No, they would be We need to hide a body.
Right.
Put him in your basement.
Just wanted to do it.
Dig a hole.
Gacy shit.
Dig a hole and put him in the basement.
Yeah,
Nobody would know.
I'm good on that.
Nobody would know.
How about?
So here's one. Think about it. The reason they got so well is because this house smelled like rotted meat.
Right. And he was next to that factory too. That's how he got away with it so long.
Yeah.
Hey, so how about houses? Let's a little bit of a shift. How about houses with people who have died in it? You have a problem with those? You chill in those, sleep in those, live in those?
I have.
It's more houses than you could think.
Dude, the odds of somebody that hasn't passed in your home is probably pretty slim.
Right.
If your house is over 100 years old, right? Let's be honest about that. Right. Let's be honest.
Without a doubt.
You know? But I was talking to someone last night, and they were telling me, yeah, they used to go over to their girlfriend's house to have sleepovers when they were kids, and that house was haunted as shit.
Nope. I'm good.
Like, they would hear people walking up and down the wooden stairs of the house, and everybody would be asleep in the house.
No, I'm good.
Banging on doors. Everybody's asleep.
Trying to fight.
I'm
good on
saying.
that.
I mean,
it's going to be me with a super soaker full of holy water. Yeah, I'm good on that noise.
Oh, Lord. So much for this Halloween theme.
This is still Halloween themed.
We got off the subject a little bit. That's all right. Again.
You know, dude, you got me thinking about so much shit, but a lot of it I got to let run off the back.
Okay.
We can't be saying some of this. But no, it takes a unique person, a different kind of person to be involved in that life, I think.
Do you think they got ghosts in their houses, in those funeral homes? Bro,
so if you were doing it based on what we were saying before about the episode of like, if you pass here, you sit here or whatever, so many TV shows, the ghost has followed the body. And if that were the case, you'd be fucked. Because then you'd have like a ghost hotel going on.
Oh yeah, if you're at a funeral, you're at a funeral home?
Right, because you just got bodies coming through every week. Yeah.
How about hotels? There's a reason hotels are haunted.
This is some dark shit.
It is dark as fuck. You know how many people die in hotels?
No? Why?
Lots.
Oh, bro, don't get me thinking about that.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck.
Lots of people die in hotels.
That. Yeah.
It's one of two reasons. Either they die of natural causes or they go there to die.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that, too.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about places...
A lot of ODs in hotels.
You want to talk about hauntings?
A lot of ODs in hotels.
If there's a place that's haunted, that's a hotel's a great place for a haunting.
Hey, you know which place you should have checked out?
Which one's that?
I heard about this place called the Low Hotel. Should have checked that for some haunting.
Well, you know, we tried to get in.
Knocked on the door and been
we tried to get into the Low Hotel.
Yo, beach, let me in.
And they locked me out.
Right.
They locked me out.
They're so fucking haunted, they didn't even want you in their house, homie.
That's crazy.
They said no.
Would you stay in a location that you knew was haunted?
No, dog. Why even ask those questions?
He'd give you one of those ghost click clackers. You get under.
Oh yeah, I want to know when I'm about to get my shit pushed in. That's real fucking helpful.
With the little meter.
That's real helpful. Hey, he's here. Time to die. No, I'm good.
But see, here's the problem: the media makes you believe all ghosts are bad.
Right. It's not even just that.
You're gonna tell me there's not a ghost out there that's not a bad ghost?
This is just in the rule book. I don't like shit I can't punch in the face.
Oh, that goes in the rules.
Right. I can't punch a horse in the face because he'll punch harder. Right? I can't punch a bear in the face. I can't punch a tiger in the face. Can't punch a shark in the face, although some people recommend it. Yeah. I do not. We do not support that.
Right in the nose.
Right. That's what I want to fucking do. Listen. Actually, I was going to say I can't throw a softball, so I probably couldn't do that, but I could do that, but I'm not going to. With my luck, I'd slip off and he'd feign left and my arm would go right into that mouth. That's what would happen. So, can't punch a ghost in the face, I'm fucking good. Right. It's just not happening.
Just not happening.
You could come to me today and say, hey, look, man, we found out there's real vampires. They're in that fucking house. We got to take the house. Okay, I'm your guy. But if I can't punch it in the face, we're not fucking with it, dude. Just leave it alone.
You can't punch a vampire.
You could if you got him and held his ass down.
Aren't vampires
good
supposed to be way stronger
stomping?
Way stronger than people?
I'll get some of those.
And faster?
I'll get some of those. What the fuck's his name?
What if all the information you had about vampires is wrong?
Right, and they just beat your ass. You're like throwing garlic at him. He's like cutting your fingers off.
The guy's like grabs the cloves of garlic and starts eating it.
Oh, Be like, we gotta go, Joe Skelly.
Right.
We're going to the Sizzler. Life makes no sense. We go to the Sizzler. We're done with this.
What if all the stuff to kill vampires and monsters and all that shit was propaganda put out by them? Listen, so that you didn't know what really did it.
Listen, what if Bigfoot's propaganda to hide vampires? I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
It's distraction.
No bodies.
It's distraction.
They're faster than all of us. We can't catch any of them on camera well. It all makes sense.
Bigfoot is not a vampire.
You said that. No, not that he is, but he's made up to cover the vampires.
Oh.
That's what I was saying.
It's a distraction.
Right.
It's a distraction from
and
what's really going on.
Even if he isn't quote unquote made up, he could be like our old boy, what's his name? Guillermo. He's the Guillermo of the vampire is Bigfoot. He's like, hey guys, I'm going to go break some sticks and distract some people. That way you can sneak out the back and go blood suck some people. Right?
Right.
Bigfoot's out there. He's like, don't worry, man. I fucked this dude's Ford truck up in the road. They're going to be thinking about me for weeks. You can do whatever the fuck you want. Well, look at the fucking stupid Twilight movies. They're like, this is the wolf area. Go to the vampire area. Like, bro, what? You got the shit sanctioned off? Just eat all of you motherfuckers. You're a giant wolf. Go eat those fucking vampires and be done with it. We got a treaty. Stay on his side of the hill. Shut the fuck up. Doesn't even make sense.
Those are the worst movies. The worst movies, dude. Why are they all sparkly, right?
Oh, right.
They even made fun of it. They even made fun of it in that TV show.
Sparkly.
What we do. What we do in the shadows.
I want to look like the vampire from Twilight.
I'm gonna cover myself.
Why was he so sparkly, bro? Shoot, I get it. They were trying to make a twist. It's because they needed something so he could be in the sun. That's what it was, and I get it, but I don't.
Look,
get
if I saw
why
that dude at school, I'd be like, "That motherfucker's anemic as shit."
Right. Listen, buddy, have you had your fucking
get some
IUs today? I'm gonna give you
iron.
1,000 fucking
iron, fucker.
You need some D, and not the big D, just some vitamin D.
Right.
Yeah. So they don't make
some
any
iron,
fucking,
vitamin D, my man.
Yeah, they don't make any sense.
You ever thought about going to a tanning booth?
Get your glitter on.
Dude, those are the worst vampire movies ever. All right, so what's the Halloween theme? What's the most believable vampire story movie
ever
that you've ever story you've read,
ooh,
movie you've watched, TV show, whatever it is? What is the most believable vampire thing?
Right, we're gonna run this one long.
History. I don't care about if we run it long.
Interview with the Vampire.
Oh,
that's one of the best.
Did you read the books
no,
or did
God, dude? I didn't even know there was a book. I'm from the 90s. Yeah, come on. Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. There was a book. Like fuck, I didn't even know that. Did you read the book?
Yes, I read the books.
Are you serious? You know how to read, Joe Skelly?
Occasionally.
Who let you read?
Once upon a time, my mom did.
Not a lot of articles on OnlyFans, is there, my guy? They doing a lot of that? I'm here for I was only on your sister's OnlyFans for the articles, okay? She was doing Louis Vuitton slippers. I was going to get you those ones. I had to sign up and pay her some money to get the review for the shoes, okay?
That's the only reason
It wasn't about the other stuff. I never looked at her at all. I don't know if she's got a birthmark that looks like Texas on her butt cheek. What are you talking about? Right? No, I never read the fucking book, but...
Speaking of books, like, I grew up, I was reading, like, he went from See Spot Run, right? And then I read How to Eat Fried Worms, right?
All right.
And then the next book I remember getting as a kid is my mom handed me The Hobbit.
Right.
It was like 1,400 pages.
Gaps.
I'm like,
she's like
9.
She's like, it's time.
Pretty much. It's time for you to start reading. I was like,
real
this
books.
Is the biggest book I've ever seen.
Right.
Dude, and it was soft cover. So it was like super thick and small.
You're bending them fucking pages.
I was like, oh, God, Mom. All right. Interview with a Vampire. All right.
What do you think?
That's a tough one, right? Like, if we're talking... What about these? Okay, what do you think the whole Dracula thing? Bram Stoker's Dracula, blah, 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 blah.
Well, so in current life, you want
to talk about a story that's been bastardized a million times, right?
In most media now, and this is just my opinion, which means nothing, but it seems like Dracula's always like, Dracula's so powerful, he only comes down once a year to fucking feed type shit. So he's not a super good example of how a vampire would have to live or how he'd have to do this or how he'd have to do that, right? That Darkness show that we watched, it was interesting because those vampires were dumb as shit, right? The dude's like, I don't know how to use Twitter. It's like, bro, you're sitting here all fucking day. Whereas you looked at, I hate to reference it, but the Twilight movies, they have a scene in that movie, which was probably one of the coolest scenes of the whole fucking movie set that they have, where they're all sitting there during the daytime because they're not sleeping, and they're all doing something. Like one of them's playing the piano, one of them's reading a book, the other one's building an engine or some shit, but they're all inside.
So they're learning skill sets because they have all the time in the world?
Right. But then you look at the guys from the Darkness movie, and they don't do shit.
Darkness?
The show, sorry. What we do in the shadows.
Oh, well, yeah, what we do in the shadows. Right.
Yeah, I mean, those guys do nothing all day. And he was making fun of his buddies, like, all you do is fucking beat off and sit around and watch MTV all day. But you'd think you'd still learn how to use Twitter from that, in a sense.
If you had unlimited time,
right,
you could learn everything.
Right. If you have unlimited time and you're a vampire and you only speak one language, you're a piece of shit. That's all I'm fucking saying. Get off your lazy ass.
Dude, yeah.
Spend 100 years in fucking South America.
Dude, yeah.
Bang out a couple wives, whatever. Spend a couple years in fucking Europe. Bang out a couple wives. Learn some other languages.
Yeah, if you're a vampire and only speak one language,
email us, you piece of shit.
Email us, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
So we can give you a
piece
of our mind.
Just so you know, that P.O. box that's on our website is nowhere near where we live. It's one state over. We have it sent in. So yeah, email us, vampire, and let us know.
Right.
But there's no way, bro. It almost doesn't make sense. You'd have to live in a hole, right?
So all right, so do werewolves have a better excuse?
No, werewolves are just normal people who get fuzzy on the weekends.
Do werewolves do they age slower?
Not in most movies, no.
So they age at the normal rate,
quote unquote. Yeah.
Okay.
Which, I don't know if that's a good thing, a bad thing. I don't know if it makes sense. You think they'd get a little bit of extra time. A little bit.
Right.
You'd think.
It's really, you want to talk about some scary shit. Skinwalkers.
Bro, what's the premise behind a skinwalker? Because I know it's a morph thing.
Skinwalkers.
What is the actual premise? Is there a distinct skinwalker? Because skinwalkers have been mentioned through history in tons of different cultures.
Right.
Well,
like with Native Americans, skinwalkers.
Those being the worst. Not the worst, but the most.
Were humans.
Okay.
They were like shaman.
Okay.
Who practiced bad,
essentially
black magic.
Now, are they stealing your fuel so they can continue?
They
because I feel like that's what that was.
What they did is they had to make a sacrifice in order to get the power.
So they do need something to replenish the power.
No, they had to make a sacrifice in order to get the power to become a shapeshifter.
Oh, and then once you have it, you're good?
Then I think they feed on human.
Oh, no.
Or something like that.
I'm good on that.
Some crazy shit like that.
I'm good on that.
But, dude, on reservations, there are, like, that shit you can't talk about.
Now we're
because they're talking about, even if you talk about it, you'll bring that mojo on you.
Right. And and this takes us back to what we were saying about Japanese culture earlier, Chinese culture earlier, another culture definitely riddled in lore, legend, and having more. Dude, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not a big Christianity person, but, is there a person or a ghoul that in Christianity you talk about it and it's going to show up like a skinwalker does? I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of, other than El Diablo. People are like, well, the devil's here. You never hear about, well, don't talk about XYZ because then he shows up. In Christianity,
in Christianity, they used to believe that.
What story is it? Because I don't know.
No, way back in the day, like, don't talk about it because that's how you bring it upon yourself.
Right, but like these guys have specific like creatures. Do we have that kind of creature in Christianity? I don't think we do.
Christianity doesn't have creatures, but they have demons.
Right,
right,
and right. And a demon's supposed to be explainable to whatever, but what does a demon do? I don't
possession.
I don't think there's ever been. I've never heard anybody say like, "Don't talk about that," or the demon will show up. Is what I'm trying to say, I guess.
Right, but then you get people with trying to perform spells and stuff and conjure them.
No, we don't got those people, dog. We don't have any of those people.
We don't have any of those people.
Those people exist somewhere.
Right. Listen, if you conjure that, you brought that mess on yourself.
Right. And it's... I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Tyler, I don't know I don't know. What about skinwalkers, though?
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen enough interviews with natives where they don't want to talk about it, and they're literally terrified when they even begin to talk about it.
Right.
It's either so ingrained in that culture, or they've had an experience, or hell, the one show I was watching, they had cops that were res cops that their job was to track down
what
these leads where people call in.
Was the chief's name Steven Seagal?
No, bro, it wasn't. But they were like, and the one cop was like, in an interview was like, I don't like talking about this. This is what we've done. I've had experiences with them. He goes, don't talk about them. Don't bring this. You're looking for trouble when you stay away from all that.
And
mess.
I think,
and these are modern cops, bro.
Well, no, so many things to say to that, but there's. I think it's just it's just in there. You can't get rid of it.
No,
you're not getting rid of any of that. No. And it is a cultural. It's weird. It's I don't want to say superstition. Well, how about that?
You believe in possessions?
I mean, we saw Fearless. Is that what that movie was called? No. What was that what's the Denzel one?
Oh, it's time.
Yeah.
Is on my side.
Fearless.
I forget what the name of that was, but that movie was freaky.
That kind of shit. Yeah, that kind of shit. Idle Hands. Remember that one? That comedy movie?
Yeah.
That was a good one.
But listen, I had a friend that was in South America, training in South America with a certain family that does certain martial arts, and they were in a church, and then it
was jiu-jitsu, obviously. There's no other martial art down there but jiu-jitsu, but let's keep going.
So anyway, they're guys in pajama roller with the family themselves.
Right.
They're in a church, and in one room of the church, they're doing an exorcism. And he said, I could see into that room. And he goes, I literally watched the chair come up off the ground and hover off the ground.
Yeah.
Are you willing to admit there's things that science can't explain that we don't understand?
Am I?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. So there are possibilities.
There's things that I see every day I can't explain. So I'm not going to.
Especially at Walmart.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. Walmart. Did you just say at Walmart? Yes. I don't doubt anything. Right. I'm good. If you tell me I think that's one of the good things that's helped me grow, even though it's been at a slow pace, is like, if you tell me your story and that's your story, I'm going to believe you until you do something to prove that you can't be trusted. In which case, whatever. But if you tell me you were in a house and there was a seance going on and people were jumping off the walls, you must have seen it, my guy.
Because why would you make that crazy shit up?
Right. Unless you got to take your medicine later and you ask me to help you sort out through whatever. I don't know. Whatever. That it's there.
So, is October the point of the turning of the planet in the universe in conjunction with everything else, where the veil between that world and this world becomes thinner?
Did we just quote Ghostbusters?
I don't know.
Is that from a movie?
I don't know.
It seems like it would be.
I've heard it a whole lot. So, is it? Is it thinner?
I don't know.
Can you poke through the primordial soup into the other side?
This is to be continued.
Are there? And I'll leave you on this. Are there portals between these realms and those realms?
You know there are.
97 seconds.
Indiana Jones style.